Manx Radio Saturday Live Lounge with Christy DeHaven.
Stewie, I have got a jam-packed show today, not least because I have a fabulous studio guest. In case you've just tuned in, Naomi is with us, who goes by the name of Kestrel when it comes to music. Now, we have been playing your current single, Apricot Sunshine. It has gone down so well, not least as well with Chris Pearson, who does our Sunday Chill show, because your music has a somewhat sort of ambient feel to it. How would you describe your music then? Don't let me do it.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks, Christy, and thanks so much for having me. I'm an avid listener to the show, so it's so cool to be here with you. Yes, I guess I'd call it sort of contemplative pop dance indie with a twist of nostalgia. You know, it's sometimes I'm working on dance music and sometimes more a sort of pop rock style. Sometimes I've got different projects and they go scripture songs or different things that I'm working on. But for this sort of project with Kestrel, it's very much that sort of element, that sort of modern but retro.
I can see why you like Tame Impala
Yes,
as well, because
very much.
there's that sort of slightly kind of synth kind of vibe to it, especially with your music as well. And again, it sounds like summer. There's something about it that just sounds like summer.
Absolutely. It's interesting. I've always enjoyed sort of a lot of 80s and 70s songs, and I think a lot of that sort of finds its way into my music to a degree. The guy that produced it really brought out that sense. We looked at adding synthwave sounds and things like that, and he built out my skeleton, my arrangement. So it was great to work with him. I just find it's just been so fun to put something out that really means a lot, that I've sort of written from scratch, and to see it sort of as you sort of feel like they're your babies, your children going out into the world, and it's so fun.
Oh, I love that. And do you know what? We're going to talk about how you put the whole thing together shortly in a bit more detail, but we need to remind people, what do you sound like? So we're going to play Apricot Sunshine again, which has gone down a tree. Where did this first start? Where was the kind of kernel of this song?
Yes, I remember walking down the street in Port Erin, and it just came to me, Apricot Sunshine, Apricot Dreams. And I quickly put it into my phone, and it was a couple of weeks later, I went into my, office studio, and just for a week just ebbed it out. I looked into Mixolydian chords and different ways to add sort of light and shade to the sound of it, so it resolves into the major, into the G, but it's a minor sort of song, and then it's got an uplift, so it's kind of a dark riff sort of that melds throughout. So as I wrote it, that's how it occurred, and it was a fun song to write.
So I love hearing that, because it sounds like it sounds instantaneous, but then there's a lot of construction that's gone behind this.
Yeah, exactly. You have the title and the idea, but then you really have to sketch that, meld the whole thing out, and add the chords, add the arrangement, and sort of then of course the lyrics. But the idea for it was really my 80s Miami Vice. I sort of thought, get that sort of element and that feeling, that sort of a great time we sort of felt, I feel, in the 80s, that sort of, there's so much futuristic sort of hope and a simpler time.
Oh, wonderful.
So sort of all sort of encapsulated into the song.
And can I just say as well, the best blazers.
Oh,
I mean, with the
always.
rolled up sleeves.
Oh, the rolled up
sleeves.
sleeves.
It had to be done.
Had to be, yeah.
Well, let's evoke that as we listen to the excellent Kestrel, Apricot Sunshine.
City veins inside my head, the 305 in the underglow, shadows cry for the dawning day, punch drunk in love with you, apricot sunshine, apricot dreams.
That's Kestrel. Fabulous Apricot Sunshine. And what a production on that. We're joined by Kestrel in the studio. And Naomi, you've just been telling us how, the sort of the kernel of that idea started for Apricot Sunshine and how you then worked on it. You work on this music with someone else.
I do.
You sort of alluded to that. So tell us about this person and how the relationship works.
Absolutely. His name is Ben King. He's a great producer. His wheelhouse is quite dancey music, new disco. And I heard him on a Art of the Song pitch. I worked with some sync licensing sort of club, and I heard his song. I really liked it, and I found out he was a producer. So I got in touch, sent him quite a few of the songs, and he really liked them. So he put it together. I sent him my whole, so to speak, arrangement, all the riffs. So he was able to take my riffs and add sounds to them. So he brought this sort of, as we were saying, this sort of element and sounds of the synths together. And it was just been fantastic working with him. I must say, for the second song, I actually cried when I heard it because he'd captured sort of the sound that I was looking for. I'm learning production, but as I learn, it's an art skill in itself. And I'm much more the performer and writer and songwriter. But to be able to work with a producer is absolutely fantastic. And, it's just been great. So...
Well, I have to say, I'm intrigued by your musical background because you've just sort of dropped a couple of things in there, like working with sync licensing. And when you were describing putting this song together, you've clearly got an excellent knowledge of music. I mean, where did it all begin for you?
Oh, well, it began with my family growing up here. We would always just have music playing. We'd go to church and sing. We'd sing in 3-part, 4-part harmony with my family. And I think I started learning piano when I was about 5. My sister and my mum taught me. And I think just since then I've had a love of music, a love of melody, a love of art, and certainly songwriting, and have gone on to continue to write, and went to uni, did creative performing arts, sort of more contemporary performing arts sort of thing, a course which was great, and sort of my knowledge and love grew, I think. And over the years I've always enjoyed live music so much, but I think that it's been amazing just to spend some time. I've on different projects. A couple of years ago I was working full-time in Birmingham, working at a school for young people with autism, but I'd gone to Birmingham 15 years before to actually pursue music, and I had found that I was spending 1 hour, 2 hours on a Sunday afternoon practicing, and I thought, I'm not doing what I set out to do. So I went home to my mum's, who was living in Warrington at the time, and wrote a few albums. I do a different project. So one project, I thought it would be really cool to do a project on scripture. So I've look at different songs that are in the Bible and put music to them, and that's called Homespun Hymns, and that's going out at the moment every month, which is quite really fun and a completely different style and project. And for this Kestrel project, it's just been amazing to create sounds and ideas that are about experience, human emotion, the human experience, life, and just enjoying sort of that dance music side of it, because I really love that kind of music. So I wanted to just express that out as well.
So the idea that people would be kind of like on the dance floor,
yes,
kind
very
of
much
moving to your tunes,
absolutely.
that would just be it, wouldn't it?
Absolutely,
that would just
it.
be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I really.
So we've been playing it obviously, but we are only Manx Radio at the end of the day. So I know you've got grand plans for this music. What are you doing with your music at the moment then, when it comes to Kestrel?
Yeah, at the moment I'm sort of trying to promote everything myself, and it's quite a tough road independently sort of to do that, but these days of course we can create the music ourselves in our DAWs and we can promote it ourselves, and it's so important to be able to do that so different people can hear it. And I've gone through to a promotion company, Music and Film, and they've informed me recently. I was jumping up and down very, very excited a few days ago in the morning, because they said that it had actually, Apricot Sunshine had got to number 37 on the indie music charts.
That's
which
amazing.
Is just beyond anything scope I could have ever dreamed of. And it's just been amazing. But again, it's if people enjoy it, if people move, if people dance, if people feel something to it or are inspired by the different styles that I'm working on, that's everything, and
Yeah.
I hope that they enjoy it.
Oh, well, do you know what? It needs to reach a global audience for sure. And you have, as we alluded to, you have brought in your new single, which we're going to premiere shortly. However, we've been chatting in the background about other music that we like. And you mentioned a band that I've not played for ages that we both like, and we've picked a song by this particular group that we want to hear. Who is it we're going to hear, and why do you like this group?
Fantastic. As we were speaking earlier, Christy, this band was a band I saw, and again, they've got that sound, the synth sound that I really sort of do enjoy. They're fantastic, from France, so big up the French sort of music scene and the Euro music scene, especially the dance music scene, and they're from that vibe, and great tunes.
It's Phoenix. Oh, that sounded so good. That is Phoenix and Too Young. Do you know what, Naomi? I used to play that a lot. I used to be on a different radio station years ago. And their first album, I think I played it to death.
I think I did.
On that other, and there's that single Run, which I absolutely loved, and a couple of others too. Don't hear that much about them of late. I mean, have you happened across Phoenix recently?
I haven't crossed their paths at all.
Okay,
No,
so we need to find them
in
again.
the musical state, yeah.
Yeah, we need to find them again. And like
we
you
do.
said, there's something about that sort of French pop as well.
There is.
Yeah.
They definitely had that sound.
Different vibe.
Yeah.
Different vibe. Do you know, it's been such a joy finding out about your music. It
thank
really
you.
has.
It's been wonderful to share it.
I'm delighted that we get to play your new single now. But yeah, as I said, you know, you've got grand plans for the future with your music, which I'm very excited about. Do you think we might get an album then?
I think you will. There's a few more songs coming out, so an EP definitely next year early.
Yeah.
And then, yes, definitely, perhaps even a new album, which would be in the sort of workings next year.
Amazing. And you have a real mission, don't you, to have the music have a particular sound?
Yes, absolutely. With the Kestrel music, it's sort of definitely that sort of nostalgic new disco, synthwave pop, indie, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's an amalgamation. And the rock, sort of more acoustic rock style. But yes, it has got that sound, that sort of melodic songwriting, and yeah, I love people to just be able to enjoy it and dance, and that was the thing I hoped, just that it would just speak to people and just spark imagination and just be something joyful, happy, and like the songs that I used to enjoy listening on Manx radio as I grew up. You know, it was that joyful, uplifting songs.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we get that. We totally get that. And I can't not mention the fact that the other time you were here at Manx Radio.
Yes.
It was, when was this and
This
what happened?
was in 1992 with the St Paul's Church youth group Explorers. We all came in and we said hi, and my claim to fame is that I carried on chatting and said, "To all you cool dudes out there," and I've said it again, so that's 2 times now I can say I've said cool dudes on Manx Radio.
And I'm very proud of you for doing it.
Thank you.
Well, look, we're going to finish with your new single, and this is something of an exclusive, I believe. Tell us
Yes.
about it.
This is Pink Fire Sky. It was inspired by a wonderful, amazing sunset in Port Erin, and the song became a song about longing, hope and belonging, a kind of contemplative dance number, if you will. So I hope everybody enjoys it. And
I'm sure
really,
they will.
yeah.
Well, listen, just let people know where they can find you and your music to this point then.
Yes, well, you can find me on all socials at Kestrel's Music, KERSTRELS Music.
Yeah, Kestrel with an S, basically.
With an S,
Kestrel's
yes.
Music. Look her up online. The music is excellent, and we can't wait to hear more from you. Naomi, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks so much, Christy. It's been
Here is
fantastic.
your new single.
Pink fire sky, pink fire sky, burns through my eyes and echoes my mind. I have found my home. Wrap me up inside your solid ground, where your arms hold up the sky and all the clouds. from sea to sea. In the pink fire sky, burns through my mind and paints me in time. I have found my home.
Isn't that a gorgeous sound? It is Kestrel's brand new single. It is called Pink Fire Sky. We got the first play. Whoop, whoop. It is going to be out on the 1st of October. So do check out Kestrel's music on all the socials. You'll be able to find Naomi there. And there are plans to bring the music to the live scene. So she's going to keep us posted on that. And we'll get her back in the studio with a keyboard in the future to do a session for us. So many thanks to Naomi.
Manx Radio Saturday Live Lounge with Christy DeHaven.